You did enough. wallet by the frame. The room takes back the scattered parts of the person I became. Outside I was a polished answer before the question found my name. In here I can loosen slowly and still remain the same. The collar of my jacket still remembers all the day. The train door screens, fluorescent rooms, and all the careful ways I kept my voice level and useful, kept my tiredness in line. Now the refrigerator hums below, and I can't hear my own mind. I don't need the night to save me, I just need somewhere to land. Somewhere that won't count my worth by how much I can withstand. Just a chair, a sink, the hallway air, a glass beside the stove, and enough time to feel the body turn back into something soft. Table, nothing in my hands. No more urgent little fictions, no overreaching plans. Let the silence hold the edges, let the evening make them small. I can be a quieter version of the one who handled all. I stand inside the kitchen light with one arm still in my coat. Like slowness is a language I forgot how to pronounce out loud. The tap runs cold across my fingers, the dish rack shines in silver rows, and every ordinary object feels steadier than what I know. I used to think I'd lose my place if I ever let things pause, but maybe rest is not a weakness, maybe rest is honest, 'cause maybe coming home with nothing left is not defeat or falling through. Maybe it means the day took plenty and I still made it all the way through. Watch beside the bed. The louder hours can stay outside my chest and outside my head. The floor is cool beneath my steps, the window dark but wide, and I can hear my own name without pressure tied inside. Let the posture drop an inch tonight, let the jaw give up its roll, let the practice face unbutton, let the breathing fill the hole. No applause inside this apartment, no medal for release, but the quiet here is honest, and the honesty is peace. Table, I am home, that's all, a small return and hardly grand, but enough to stripe of daylight caught beneath the curtain seam, not enough to flood the whole room, just enough to change the scene. It lays a pale line on the floorboards where my tired shoes have been, and suddenly the hour feels wider than the one I carried in. I stand there with the outside on me, still too close beneath my skin, and that half-light by the window feels like where I should begin. Not with answers, not with rescue, not with some dramatic turn, just with standing still long enough for the chest to start to learn. Room to breathe in the half-light, room to let the day go down, room to breathe in the half-light till the thoughts lose all their sound. I don't need a better ending, I don't need the world made right, I just need a little mercy and some room to breathe tonight. The kettle fogs the kitchen window, then clears a circle in the glass, like even steam knows how to leave without insisting it should last. My hands around the cup are steadier than they were an hour ago, and the things I couldn't finish do not sting the way they did before. Some days I carry too much weather in the center of my chest. Every unsent word and deadline comes home and asks for rest. But tonight the room is teaching what no bright office ever could, that being tired does not make me weak, and stopping here is good. Room to breathe in the half-light, small but more than I had found. Room to breathe in the half-light where the pulse can settle down. Not a triumph, not a headline, not a cure in neon light, just enough space for a tired heart to become less tight tonight. There is a plant beside the sill, leaning where the cooler air moves. It has no language for resilience, but it keeps making green as proof. And I think of all the quiet ways a life survives beneath the scene, how not everything that matters needs to arrive bright and clean. So I lower into evening, like the room can catch my weight, like the hour after effort does not have to imitate haste. And when the last thin stripe is fading, I am gentler than before, because even borrowed half-light can tell the body what home is for. Room to breathe in the half-light, stay until the blue comes through. Room to breathe in the half-light till the hard day loosens too. Room to breathe in the half-light, let the shoulders leave the fight. kettle starts before I think, a muscle memory of care. One small hand toward warmth and water, towards something kind inside the air. I lean against the counter waiting, listening for the rising tone, and feel the room grow more forgiving, as if the walls have always known. How many nights I came home heavy, how many times I held too much, how many evenings passed unnoticed before I learned the worth of such. A small domestic kind of mercy, a silver whistle, gentle steam, a sound that says the day is ending and I am safe enough to dream. Quiet in the kettle steam, little cloud come over me. Quiet in the kettle steam, turn the hard days soft and free. Fill the kitchen, blur the edges, take the rush out of my frame. Quiet in the kettle steam, make this room feel kind again. The cupboard light falls amber across the mugs I always choose. One for waiting, one for comfort, one for nights with nothing to prove. The spoon taps once against the rim, a bright and unimportant bell, and I could cry at how much peace can fit where nothing special dwells. I used to need a grander healing, something obvious and complete, but steam against my tired face feels wiser in its quiet heat. No sudden lesson, no conclusion, just warmth enough to ease the jaw. A humble ritual at twilight that makes the body trust the pause. Quiet in the kettle steam, climb the cool blue of the room. Quiet in the kettle steam, undo the pressure from the noon. Let my breath arrive more slowly, let my thoughts stop trying to win. Quiet in the kettle steam, call the softer weather in. The window darkens while I stand here, car lights moving soft in threads, and every passing stranger's evening glows far off in red and white ahead. I do not have to follow any of the urgency outside. The tea is steeping slow and honest, and I am learning how to bite. So let the vapor blur the corners, let the bitter leaves turn kind. Let the house make room around me for a slower state of mind. And when the kettle finally quiets, there is a hush beneath the tone, like even sound knows when to fade and leave a tired heart alone. Quiet in the kettle steam, stay until the night goes mild. Quiet in the kettle steam, make the overworked heart quiet. Nothing flashy, nothing major, nothing that anyone would praise, but enough to start my healing at the end of one hard day. Electric buzz behind the eyes, all the unfinished, all the almost, all the reasons, all the tries. Like the city kept a copy of me, running long after I left. my mind forgot the difference between survival and no rest. I set the phone face down in silence. I leave the laptop in the bag. I let the room go for the evening. I let the ceiling pull me back. 'Cause there's a point in every day when more becomes a kind of harm, and the only brave thing left to do is loosen from alarm. Let the noise calm down, let it fall in pieces from the edge of thought to the floor and release it. Let the noise calm down, you do not need it now. The night is not a courtroom, you can stop explaining how. The sink is full of little evidence, a plate, a glass, a fork, a spoon. A life that went on quietly while I was racing noon to noon. And something in that tenderness, that ordinary unfinished scene, makes the pressure in my rib cage seem smaller than it seemed. I know the habit of intensity, the worship of the overdone, the way a body gets mistaken for a machine that never comes apart in public, never misses, never asks for room to heal. But tonight I hear the radiator and remember I can feel. Let the noise come down, past the jaw, past the temples, past the words you kept rehearsing for imaginary people. Let the noise come down from the chest into the chair, till the breath no longer rushes just because the day was there. Maybe not every thought deserves me, maybe not every fear is true. Maybe some of what I call ambition is just a wound I carry through. Maybe peace is not a finish line, maybe it begins right here, in refusing one more cycle of making urgency sincere. The lamp is making halos on the corners of the room, and the shadows are not heavy now, they're only evening blue. I sit in them without resistance, I let the quiet touch my face, and little by little all the static starts to leave a little space. Let the noise come down till I can hear the smaller things. The fridge, the pipes, my tired hands, the soft weight of settling in. Let the noise come down till the body trusts the dark and the heart no longer flinches. Every spark, let the noise come down. I don't owe the night my strength. Let it come down, let it come down. Like summer after rain. Let the noise come down. I am allowed to end the day. Not triumphant, not completed, just human in a quieter way. The couch by the window knows the shape of all my weather, knows how I come in carrying noise and leave a little lighter after. The cushion gives beneath my weight, like it expected I would bend. And outside all the traffic lights turn red and green and red again. I pull one blanket over my knees, the soft old one with the loose thread seam. And the room gets smaller in a good way, like the edges learn to dream. Nothing dramatic, no revelation, just fabric, glass, and even air. Some nights that is enough to teach me I am held somewhere. Soft landing by the window, city blurred and breathing low. Soft landing by the window, one soft place to let things go. I don't need the whole world kinder, I just need this pain, this view. Soft landing by the window till the hard day passes through. A song comes low from somewhere, from a neighbor or a passing car. Just a line too distant to remember, but sweet enough to leave a mark. I rest my head against the cushion and watch the reflected room float on the darkened pane like memory, half in amber, half in blue. I used to think rest had to be earned by crossing every final thing. Now I know the body asks for mercy long before the mind agrees. And if I wait until I'm worthy, I will miss the hour entirely. So I let this small unguarded sitting become a kind of honesty. Soft landing by the window, curtain lifting with the air. Soft landing by the window, nothing asked me to be rare. Just a person coming slowly back from all the noise I knew. Soft landing by the window with the evening turning blue. There is tea going colder on the table. There are books I meant to read. There are messages unanswered. There is no catastrophe in that for me. Tonight the unfinished can stay unfinished. The world will keep without my claim, and every breath I take more slowly turns rest from guilt into a name. So let the curtain lift and settle, let the buildings blink below, let the room grow almost musical in the rhythm of letting go. And if tomorrow comes with questions, I will meet them when it's time. But tonight the couch by the window is enough to redraw my mind. Soft landing by the window, stay until the heart beats slow. Soft landing by the window, teach the shoulders how to lower. Soft landing by the window, keep the soft blue in my view. One small place inside the evening, making tiredness feel less true. You say the day kept pushing, I say mine did the same. We laugh the kind of tired laugh that doesn't need a name. Your coat falls on the chair back, mine lands by the door. And just like that, the room gets warmer than it ever was before. You ask me if I ate enough, I ask if your head still hurts. You stand there in the kitchen light in all your ordinary worth. No rescue scene, no thunder line, no cinematic kind of move. Just two people home at once with nothing else to prove. Nothing else to prove tonight, nothing left to perform. Just your shoes beside my shoes and the weather turning warm. Nothing else to prove tonight, no need to win the day. We can be enough for each other in a quiet way. You rinse the cups, I dry them slow. We move around each other's reach, familiar as a second language, simple as a breath in speech. And something in the way you hum, without even knowing you do, takes the sharpness off the evening, makes the hard part less than true. I tell you where the afternoon bent, you tell me where your patience thinned, and neither of us tries to fix it, we just let the facts come in. There is such mercy in being heard without becoming a project then, such steady grace in not needing to be more than what we have been. Nothing else to prove tonight, no final polished face, no bright efficient version trying hard to win its place. Nothing else to prove tonight, we can leave the armor there by the door beside the shopping bag. strangers living ordinary can soften each other after all. Maybe all I needed tonight was evidence the day can end without a siren or a headline. Just steps and breath and settling in. The door clicks shut behind me, and the room receives the sound. Not with silence like a vacuum, but with warmth that gathers round. And when I lean against the frame, the whole world seems less far away, because the hallway taught my heartbeat a gentler tempo for the gray. Slow air, open heart, stay until the pulse is slow. Slow air, open heart, let the small blue evening grow. Nothing grand and nothing broken, nothing more to figure out. Just enough shared nightly living to turn the fear and noise about. Hands around the warm cup. That is how the night begins. Not with wisdom, not with triumph, just heat returning to the skin. The ceramic holds its little sun between my palms and tired thumbs. And for a minute all the thinking goes quiet where the steam comes up. I sit down at the little table where the wood is scarred and old, and watch the tea make amber circles as the outside dark grows cold. There's something almost sacred in the weight of something warm, when your mind is spent all afternoon pretending it can outlast storm. Warm cup, steady hands, that is enough for now. Warm cup, steady hands, I don't need a better how. Just a little ordinary comfort moving slowly through my frame. Warm cup, steady hands, till the night feels safe again. The first sip lands bitter honest, then softens into something sweet, like the way a hard day lingers, then loosens if you let it be. I used to rush through every comfort as if rest could be consumed. Now I try to stay inside it till the body feels the room. The lamp on the counter flickers once, then settles in an even gold. And I think about our steadiness is often quiet, never bold. No applause for small recoveries, no witness for a softened breath. But still they matter in the dark, more than the bright things I once chased. Warm cup, steady hands, breath against the rising steam. Warm cup, steady hands, mending more than they may seem. Let the pulse take lower water, let the jaw forget command. Warm cup, steady hands, hold me where I am. So lightly, I almost think it is the pipes. Then it gathers at the windows in a patient silver stripe, and the sound goes with the tea, like the room has found a way. Turn the last sharp corners into edges I can stay with. If tomorrow brings its old weight, I do not need to pre-survive. I do not need to live the next day before this one is finished right. Tonight the task is smaller, and maybe smaller tasks are wise. Warm cup, steady hands till the body trusts the night. Warm cup, steady hands, nothing flashy, nothing new, but enough to make a tired room feel kind and make me softer too. Warm cup, steady hands, stay until the low light stands. Like a quiet friend beside me, with my warm cup, steady hands.
There is a point right after sunset when the whole room turns forgiving, when the blue outside the window meets the amber of the living. Lamp beside the couch and table, and the body can't decide if it wants to cry or sleep or simply be relieved it survived. I know that hour, I know it well, the one where all the held in pressure starts to loosen from the shell. Not because the day was easy, not because the hurt is gone, but because at last there's nowhere I am being asked to carry on. Soft landing after a heavy day, let the floor take back your weight. Soft landing after a heavy day, nothing important has to wait. Take off the armor, dim the room, let the pulse come home and stay. Soft landing after a heavy day. Soft landing after a heavy day. black, the world can keep it spinning. Numbers I do not need to answer back. I stand there in the hallway, silence with the door click safely shut, and feel how often I mistake exhaustion for some failure to be enough. But every thread inside the evening is pointing in a kinder way. The blanket on the chair, the cooling tea, the jacket where I let it stay, the softened traffic through the window, the plant leaning toward the glass. All of it says in quiet language, you can stop, you've come far past. Soft landing after a heavy day. You don't owe the dark more strain. Soft landing after a heavy day. Let the weather leave your veins. No more rehearsing every hour, no more replaying every word. Just the low light and the breathing and the comfort of being unheard. I think of all the different selves I had to be before this room. The careful one, the useful one, the bright one pushing through the noon. And none of them were false exactly, just overused and stretched too thin. So now I let the truer, slower one step quietly back in. If healing has a doorway, it might look a lot like this. A lamp switched on, a kettle cool in a hand against the wrist. A pause that does not shame you, a room that does not need a show, a night that says I'm not a queer in anything you do not owe. Soft landing after a heavy day. You don't owe the dark more strain. Soft landing after a heavy day. Let the weather leave your veins. No more rehearsing every hour, no more replaying every word. Just the low light and the breathing and the comfort of being unheard. I think of all the different selves I had to be before this room. The careful one, the useful one, the bright one pushing through the noon. And none of them were false exactly, just overused and stretched too thin. So now I let the truer, slower one step quietly back in. If healing has a doorway, it might look a lot like this. A lamp switched on, a kettle cooling in hand against the wrist. A pause that does not shame you, a room that does not need a show, a night that says I'm not acquired anything you do not owe. Soft landing after a heavy day. Let the mind unlace its shoe. Soft landing after a heavy day. You don't need a better proof than this small homeward turning, than this chair, this breath, this place. Soft landing after a heavy day. Let the evening touch your face. Soft landing after a heavy day. Till the blue turns deep and slow, till the heart that ran all afternoon forgets it has to go. Soft landing after a heavy day. Till the room and body rhyme. Till the hardest part of living finds a softer end in time. The apartment hums in blue. After the gold has left the wall. Fridge light, router light, the stove clock. the sink reflects a softened version of the dim, and I swear the room is breathing with the vent and evening air, like a living thing that's patient with the ache I'm carrying there. I used to fear the quieter hours, thought they would make me hear too much. But tonight the quiet feels padded, like velvet under touch. Maybe calm is not the absence of all the thoughts that went astray. Maybe calm is just a gentler place for them to slowly fade away. Blue room, quiet heart, let the sharper current cease. Blue room, quiet heart, hold the smaller form of peace. Every outlet, every low domestic hum, keeping time with mine, till the guarded parts inside me stop mistaking dark for warning signs. There is laundry waiting by the door, a book I left half read, a note in my own handwriting, taped beside the bed. Little signs of continuity, little threads I still belong. And the room makes all of it feel held in one long low electric song. So if the night arrives uncertain, it does not arrive unkind. There is blue enough to soften what the day left in my mind. And when I switch the lamp still lower, the whole space deepens into rest. The room keeps humming patient circles, and I feel them in my chest. Blue room, quiet heart, stay low, stay near, make a softer kind of shelter for the tired parts to hear. Blue room, quiet heart, nothing asks me to improve. I can simply be a person here and let the evening move.
Leave the armor by the door. It is done enough for now. The polished face, the practiced voice, your good old capable vow. Let the jacket hang with all of that on the hook beside the hall. You do not need those metal habits in this room at all. I know why you wear them daily. I know how the daylight is, how the world rewards a sharpened edge and calls depletion discipline. But there is a cost to being defended for every single hour of Tonight the rent comes due in silence. Tonight I give it back to you. Leave the armor by the door. Leave the guarded version there. Step into the evening slowly with your actual shoulders bare. Leave the armor by the door. Let the dark be dark, not war. There is no battle in the lamp glow. There is no battle anymore. I unbutton all the business of the day, one tired layer at a time. The cuff, the watch, the posture, the old reflex to outrun time. And underneath there is a person, not impressive, not profound, just someone with a pulse and limits, wanting safe and level ground. The mirror in the hallway catches a softer outline than before, less like someone about to answer, more like someone home for sure. And I think of how much tenderness it takes to stop performing strength, how rare it feels to tell the body you do not have to go that length. Leave the armor by the door. Leave the edge beside the man. Leave the need to win each silence. You can set it down with that. Leave the armor by the door. No one here will ask for proof. No one here will count your effort. No one here will measure truth. There is soup re-eating on the stove now. There is rain on half the glass. There is a chair that does not care about the hours that have passed. And all of these unnoticed mercies make a place where I can see how much of what I call resilience is simply kindness given me. So if tomorrow needs the stronger mass, I'll find it when the morning starts. But tonight I want the lighter face, the one that doesn't guard the heart. I leave the armor by the door and step further into blue, till the evening fits around me like a self that still feels true. Leave the armor by the door. You have carried it enough. Leave the armor by the door. The night is asking only trust. Leave the armor by the door. Let the shoulders leave the war. Walk into the warmer room and be a quieter version of yours. I did not know how much of me was tightened just to make it through, till I sat down
shoulders than the breath, finding more room in the room. Maybe that is grace in practice, not dramatic, not displayed, just a body learning safety at the end of a difficult day. A chair that does not rush the process, a silence that does not accuse, a small familiar corner where the heart can unfasten what it uses. A quiet place to unclench, a quiet place to land, a quiet place where evening takes the pressure from the hand. A quiet place to unclench, a softer kind of proof that not every healing moment needs a witness or a truth. The curtains move a little inward with the cooling summer air, and the city through the fabric feels very far from here. There is tea gone nearly empty, there is music from downstairs, there is a tenderness in ordinary things that feels like prayer without the words. I remember all the afternoons I carry tension like a plant, as if holding every nerve too tight could make me more than human can. But tonight the room keeps teaching me what the loud world never learned, that letting go is not collapsing, it is simply where I turn. A quiet place to unclench, where I don't have to embrace, where my own name sounds gentle inside my chest and face. A quiet place to unclench, where the tired thoughts unspool, where even silence has a blanket and the dark is merciful. A thin muted line of sorrow passes through and then is gone, like a violin in the distance, barely touching the song. Not enough to make it tragic, just enough to say it's true, that healing sometimes holds the ache, but doesn't hand the night to it too. So I stay inside the softness, past the point I'd normally rise, past the urge to fill the quiet, past the need to organize. And little by little the whole evening starts to fit me like a coat, made of lower light and easier breath and one long soothing note. A quiet place to unclench, try it here right now. No better room, no wiser life, no grander future. Somehow a quiet forgets to prove, till the body learns the night again, and all the tightness moves. Talk in the low light, where the room feels warm, where nothing has to sparkle, nothing has to transform. Tell me where the day went crooked, tell me where it pulled too hard. Tell me what you almost carried home, like broken glass inside your heart. And I will tell you mine in pieces, not as something to solve, just as weather that I walk through, and only now can let dissolve. We are not a movie version of what tenderness should look like. Good, we are just tired enough to mean it when we say that was a lot, and honest enough not to polish the parts that still feel caught. You tell me how your chest went tight at 4:15 beneath the screen. I tell you how the train ride home felt longer than it's ever been, and in between our separate tellings, there is no rush to clear the air, just the soft reward of knowing that someone else is really there. Talk in the low light till the hallway quiets down, till the city through the curtain turns to one fast softened sound. Talk in the low light, let the evening hold the words like a room that understands the value of being heard. Maybe intimacy is partly this, not dramatic, not profound, just a way two worn down people lay their difficult hours down on a table between cooling cups, and trust it dark enough to stay without demanding revelation before the ending of the day. The lamp makes a halo on your cheek, you smile without trying hard. and the whole apartment seems to lean toward calm instead of guard. If love has a quiet register, I think it lives in moments such as these, where talking low does not reduce the truth. It makes the truth breathe easier. Talk in the low light long after the hardest part, till the pulse in both our voices finds one steadier heart. Talk in the low light till tomorrow waits outside, and the room becomes a harbor for whatever we survive. Tomorrow can wait. Outside the window glass, outside the lamplit circle where tonight is allowed to last. Tomorrow can wait, with its listen sharpened tone. I have one evening in my hands, and I am finally home. The room is changed by almost nothing, but almost everything in me. The cups are empty, dishes rinsed, the jacket hangs more easily. The air has cooled, the curtains still. The city has gone thin and far, and the whole apartment feels like it gathered up its little stars. Let the heartbeat stay in a softer lane. It's found at the end of day. Tomorrow can wait. I don't have to lean into the next demand tonight, or meet it in a dream. I used to live a step ahead, even in the hours meant for rest. Already bargaining with morning, already tightening in my chest. But tonight I want a smaller wisdom, one the body can believe. That peace is not a future prize, it is what I choose to receive. The bed is turned down slightly, the hallway has gone quiet now. My reflection in the darkened glass looks gentler somehow. Not brighter, not transformed, not suddenly fearless or new, just less defended than before. And maybe that is enough to prove tomorrow can wait. Till the sky is pale, till the kettle starts again, till the blinds lift from the rail. Tomorrow can wait. I have this blue and gold, this final hour of being soft before the next unfolds. If there is healing in repetition, let it be here once again. Choose by the door lamp, by the chair, night air moving thin. The little rituals of survival growing slowly into grace. The way a tired heart learns trust from a familiar place. So I turn the final light down lower, leave one globe beside the bed, and thank the room without the words for everything it said. In steam and shadow, floorboard hush, in the cooling cup and folded throw, in all the ordinary signs that tell a body it can slow. Tomorrow can wait. The dark is kind tonight, and I've done enough to let the evening close me right. Tomorrow can wait till the first birds start to say, what more
the whole room exhaling. The heart is home, the light is low, and tomorrow can wait.